Previous President Donald Trump is on trial in modern York City, where he is confronting crime charges related to a 2016 Quiet Cash installment to grown-up film performing artist Stormy Daniels. It marks the primary time in history that a previous U.S. president has been attempted on criminal charges. Trump final April pleaded not guilty to a 34-count prosecution charging him with distorting commerce records in association with a hush cash payment his then-attorney Michael Cohen made to Daniels in a range to boost his constituent prospects within the 2016 presidential decision. "You remind me of my daughter," Daniels says Trump told her. Stormy Daniels affirmed that Trump proposed she go on the disciple. "He told me and thought that I ought to go on his to appear," Daniels said. "I said there was no way they would ever let me on TV," Daniels said she reacted. "I said, even you do not have that much power." "You remind me of my girl," Daniels said Trump reacted, redoing almost how individuals think little of her insights. "Approximately how long were you talking, in add up to, within the suite?" Hoffinger inquired. "Near to 2 hours. It was a long time," Daniels said. "Did you sense any ruddy banners?" Hoffinger inquired. "No," she said. Court at that point broke for a brief break. When Daniels left the court, she strolled by Trump on her way out, but did not see toward the previous president. Trump showed up to be talking with his legal counselors when she strolled by. Trump at that point left the court for the mid-morning break, giving a fist pump as he exited. "Don't stress almost that," Daniels says Trump said of Melania. Daniels said the subject of her and Trump's discussion rapidly turned to the business aspects of the porn industry. "He acquired how I got included within the grown-up excitement company," Daniels related, telling the attendants that she told Trump the same story around entering the industry the jury listened at the begin of his declaration. Daniels said that Trump peppered her with questions. "Are there any unions? Do you get residuals? How do you get paid? Do you get well-being protections? What approximately STDs?" Daniels described. Daniels said that Trump particularly inquired approximately her claimed tests for STDs. "Every test that I have ever done, and I have never had an awful test. I never tried positive for anything," Daniels said. Judge Merchant inquired Daniels to slow down a small bit so the court correspondent can get everything that you're saying. Daniels and Trump, moreover, examined wrestling, counting Trump's broadcast appearance with Vince McMahon, Daniels said. "Oh yeah, I made him," Daniels said enthusiastically around Trump's scene with McMahon. Daniels reviewed having a really brief discussion with Trump around his spouse Melania. "He appeared me some pictures, and I said, 'Oh, what almost your wife.' 'Oh, do not stress approximately that. We do not rest within the same room," she said. Trump reacted. Daniels says Trump was at first in nightwear. Stormy Daniels affirmed that Donald Trump was still in his nightwear when she entered his suite. "He was wearing silk or glossy silk nightrobe that I promptly made fun of him for. 'Does Mr. Hefner know you stole his nightwear?' Daniels said. 'I told him to go alter, and he obliged exceptionally considerately,' Daniels said, noticing he Richard in a dress shirt and dress pants. Prosecutor Susan Hoffinger inquired Daniels to depict the in-suite in detail, a move to conceivably authenticate her declaration afterward. "This in-room was 3 times the estimate of my flat," Daniels said. Daniels has been looking to Hoffinger as she replied her questions, but at times reorients herself toward the legal hearers, locks in with them, and showing up to rummage around for eyes to make contact with. She directs her comments to them when she endeavors to clarify certain details. Daniels said that once Trump changed his clothes, they passed the time before their arranged supper by talking at a table within the suite. He said it was a bit early. "Do you intellect talking a bit so we will get to know each other?" Daniels said. Hoffinger, for a third time, inquired Daniels to moderate down as she related the substance of her discussion with Trump over supper, which she called the common get-to-know-you sort of things. Daniel said she examined her childhood, counting whether she was hitched or had a boyfriend amid the discourse. Daniels relates attending to Trump's suite. Members of the jury were appeared the contact data for Trump's bodyguard in Daniels' phone. It is recorded as Keith Trump. Daniels affirmed she did not know his final title at the time. If nothing else, you'll get an incredible story. Daniels reviews her then publicist telling her when she told him Trump invited her to supper.